Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon D&D Ice, baby, ice. Um, you know how we do things here, and so, Geek, why don't you kick off the recap of the last episode on it?
All right. Uh, Wednesday, May 7th. The party returned recently, supposedly to pick me up after spending a whole week assisting the MDRA. Apparently, Sabrina's attempts to get me to eliminate Pokemon surrounding the MDRA's forward base were either misinformed or a deliberate attempt to get me to abandon my morals. Knowing her, I'm not sure which is correct. Regardless, our reunion was cut short by a brief interruption by Queen, who wanted to reward us for allowing her to obtain the seals, and then by the fact that Returnatrix had still yet to be recovered. So we set back out through that forward base to help head to an old cave where Aiden could sense he was presiding in. However, we were interrupted partway through where we came across another group of those elementals who had attacked Calder prior and who were attempting to feed them to a larger elemental. Sorry. We managed to save two of them, but two were killed, one of which didn't even leave a body. In the aftermath, we decided to take a brief detour to attempt to help the victims finish their trek to the Hollowed Flames and hopefully get them some way to resurrect their still, well, remaining ally. We're still don't know what the state of Returnatrix is, and it's been well over a week at this point. I hope nothing bad's happened in that time.
All right,
And that's it.
excellent. Take that inspiration dice.
Right.
Okay, so you have these two in tow anyway. A Togetic and a Swabble, and the deceased body of a Nickit. What was your plan with these three?
I believe it was we were going to take them to the base of the mountain and then just kind of watch them go up until they meet with a group of the Hallowed Flames who are going to escort them the rest of the way back to Camp Daybreak.
All right.
He
Right.
Yeah.
you mentioned that they like had a meetup, yeah, but that
Yeah.
we were going to meet with them.
I think we did that on the last episode where you kind of got to the
Hmm.
base, and you wait a little bit at the base of this mountain. In fact, you wait a few hours until in the distance from the pathway to the peak, you see a small entourage of hallowed flames, pig knights, walking down the mountain in uniform fashion.
All right. Before we trade them off, what are these guys wearing? What kind of equipment are they wearing?
They were wearing nothing at first, but
Okay.
since you recovered their things, they're wearing kind of the Expedition Society's high standard gear for the winter.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
And before before anything even happens here, one of the pig knights walks up to you and says, "Before we make this deal, before we take these three with us, we need to ask you a few things."
Okay.
All right.
And he begins casting the Zone of Truth. Succumb to this, please.
Sabrina will do so willingly.
Okay.
Sure.
Yep.
YOLO.
Are you, he says, are you attempting any deception with this?
No.
No.
Do you work for the Queen?
No.
No.
Very well. He puts it down. Says, we will tend to these three. We can do what we can for the one who has joined the flame. Understand our resources are pretty thin. But we can do what we can. And he just kind of stomps his halberd against the stone. And they turn around and before they go, the Togetic says, thank you. Thank you. We wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for you. I mean, we can't say the same for Bruce, but hopefully these hallowed flames can do something for him.
I certainly hope so.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
they give you a thankful bow, and they begin heading up the mountain with this small entourage.
As they all turn to face away, Sabrina's going to message the lead pig knight that casts Zone of Truth, and she's going to tell him. Hang on, I wrote this down. Verify with Apollo that he sent them.
Yes, indeed.
Be careful
Well-
what you share with them until then.
Yes. He says, noted.
All right.
And they begin marching up the mountain.
Mm.
It is hit with this detour out of the way. You've kind of hit nighttime pretty much.
Right.
All right.
All right.
So who gets the luck point from last session?
Right. Thanks for reminding me.
Because the chat earlier today was Sinbad in the lead, and I think someone noticed this, and we hadn't talked about it. Now it's Sabrina and Sinbad.
Okay. So
It was just Sinbad. Someone just voted.
Yeah, someone just voted.
well, since it's I'll be the tiebreaker here. Let's see.
It was Sonic Link, I think.
I think I'm going to give it to
Very funny.
Sabrina just for the talking with the MDRA and the spells used too, the Autoluke sphere, even though it didn't. Well, it kind of did something. I would say it was kind of.
It ate a critical.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true.
I thought Sigurd was winning that last time I looked at it, but yeah.
Mm.
Sigurd
Okay.
had my vote.
Yeah, so you can give yourself 1 luck point.
Got
to
it.
whatever you have. Yes. If I remember correctly too, it is pretty cold out, and you are at the foot of this mountain.
Yep.
Was really cold.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, it's night, so we probably just need to set up camp. I don't think we can power through the night.
Okay. Do you wish
Let's
to
see.
do anything in the night? Look for stuff with survival, or look for meteor
This
shards?
close.
We
This
need to
close to
find
us.
meteor shards
Yeah,
if we're
we-
gonna get Nero.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Look for meteor shards.
So you can use survival or arcana to try and find meteor shards.
Okay.
$27.
23.
Ooh, that's 4
Okay.
successes.
Hold up. I've been using survival this whole time when I could have been using Arcana. I feel stupid.
Nice.
Interesting.
What are you going
Come on,
to?
Sigurd, get a good one.
Oh, sorry.
What are you doing, Sigurd?
Uh, I mean, I don't think he's necessarily doing anything unless, like, he's asked.
Yeah, we're gonna ask him
We're-
to help.
Okay.
We
So-
need
We're
to get to
go-
the other side of that mirror, man.
Oh,
we
yeah, that
think-
is kind of really
I
important.
think that Nero has control over the legendary birds planes, considering we know had fire and lightning access, but the fire one seems to be cracked. If we can fix it with the MDRA, we might be able to remove one of his clones from existence.
Oh, only
No.
4, but
Well-
that's still good. So roll a d6, fire ally, or a Quill.
My name is Quill.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I
You're
was
a
using
liar.
your real names, well, your fake names instead of your in-game names.
Oh. He got a 2.
You got a 2. That will be 2 shards worth 500 gold each.
Nice.
Do you want to hold
Okay.
on to those, Sib? My inventory's kind of cluttered.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So you look around the mountain and you see a lot of like deposits and recesses where it looks like these stones were taken, but you sweep off some snow in some places and you're able to find
Mm.
some of these shards.
Kind of surprised the Hallowed Flames didn't get any of these.
Unless they.
Judging by these destroyed deposits, they probably did.
Well, they missed a few. Good for us.
Why exactly are you looking for these again?
We
I mean-
have to go repair
Hang
the
on,
mirror.
hang on. The glasses. Make sure we're not being scryed on.
Yeah, he'll put on the glasses. I don't think he's used them today, so yeah.
Yeah. And use a charge.
Yeah, I'll use charge.
Roll a d6.
All right. 3.
You do not see anything out of the ordinary.
Well, it doesn't look like there's any sort of magical effect around.
No, like
At least not at the
little
moment.
balls of light floating above any of us. Anything like that?
No, not particularly.
All right, I don't think we're being scryed on then. Okay, so we back at the MDRA's base, they found another one of those mirrors, and it's cracked, but they need a sizable piece of the meteorite to be able to repair it.
Hmm.
So that's what we're trying to do.
Okay. Yeah, if I suppose that's fair.
Actually,
Yeah,
I also want someone to roll 2d6s and 3d6s.
Oh. Okay.
Just okay.
What if we want? Let's have ice do it because we want low numbers.
Want me to roll the 3d6?
I'll roll.
I'd rather just Sinbad and Sabrina do it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no! All right.
Okay, I'll roll the 3d6.
All right.
That's not how you roll with this.
Correct. There you go.
9.
You also find
11.
you find 9 fragments worth 100 gold each and 11 chips worth 10 gold each.
All right, I already have those in my inventory, so I can hold those.
Okay. Anyway, continue. I just remembered it's cumulative, so.
Neato.
9 meteor frags.
Dang.
100 G.
All right then.
Are you writing that down in your?
Yeah.
Okay, you got the fragments. I'll hold the chips.
I've got a whole section just dedicated to all the shards.
Are you sure these couldn't be fused together somehow? You've got quite a few of these.
I mean, we tried to tell the professor guy dude thing that we could fill in the cracks with a bunch of shards, literally, but he was not convinced.
We could show him how much we have and try to run it past him again. It wouldn't hurt anything, even if he says no. But from here on out, whenever we have free time in the evening, we should probably be looking for these things.
Right.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I just suppose with, well, everything and this, I mean, we've seen more and more examples of this supposedly being a dangerous material. It seems accumulating this much might be problematic.
Yeah, I can't say I don't agree with you. At the very least, if we have it, others don't. If it helps, you can think of it that way.
If we're worried about it being dangerous given what's happened with the ferals, we could always just maybe store it in one of the bags.
Well, that's what I've been doing.
Yes, that works then. I mean, I definitely don't want anything with those meteors involving me.
I don't think anyone wants that. No.
Well, you guys ready to go to bed for the night?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll set up the hut. Okay, and she's going to use the meteor focus to do that.
Okay. So, yeah, it costs 10 minutes. It'll be 10 minutes before, or... Yeah, it's 10 minutes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then the hut will pop up. Encases you, makes it warm. Yeah, you now have the comfort of a hut.
Right, I guess we might as well just rest for the night.
Okay.
We gotta get Erythrotrix soon. Actually, can you use that sensory ability more than one time a day?
You're asking in?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Then we'll see if he's moved in the morning.
Okay,
All
so
right.
you're
Yeah.
hunkering down?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take first watch or whatever.
You see, like, the frigid winds just blow and rime and snow gather on your hut as sleep takes you all. And you have the backdrop of the mountain behind you, too. You and it lulls you all to sleep as you each take watches over the course of the night. And you wake up with all your resources back.
Okay.
And the weather.
The weather.
Oh, jeez.
my god.
Ugh.
Seems to have gotten colder.
Interesting.
Nice. I'm
So-
trying to remember if I used my soul stone last time. I don't think I did.
No, I did.
I did.
So
It's
your
just-
blessings are 9 days left. Just to
Remind
remind
me,
you too.
who caught colds previously? Because I know.
No,
You.
Nobody did.
Yeah.
luck points were used to stave it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a 30.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Okay. I'll risk it.
Yeah, we gotta get going.
Soul Stone. Woo!
All right.
Wait, it
So
still.
Constitution saving throws, adding all your gear.
1,
50
2,
plus
3,
that, plus
5,
that, plus. Oh,
If I
okay.
spend a soul stone, then I'm fine.
All right. Yeah.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15.
Okay, Breeze, okay.
26.
I'm just spending the soul
I
stone.
thought that this was higher.
I thought you used one last session.
Or wait, how long did those last?
A week.
Oh, okay. Whoops. For some reason, I thought that was a daily thing.
I swear I had more cold protection than this, but apparently not.
Didn't you get?
Unfortunate.
Ooh.
I'm like, I swear, I'm losing it.
The only reason Sabrina's is that high is because she's attuned to the ice tiara.
Right.
Mm.
You want to loot 2 luck points?
I mean, I can just do the lucky thing.
Oh, right.
It helps to be lucky when you roll poor.
There you go.
I'm like,
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
So you bundled up. Are you eating too? Do you have rations?
Oh yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Are there sufficient trees in the area, or must I consume apple?
Roll a d6.
Good lord.
Okay.
No, it's pretty
All right.
barren.
You're in the
Apple.
mountains.
Okay. Now, how fast do you want to go?
Normal pace is 2 tiles, isn't it?
So we risk
That
running
is
the.
unfortunate. Before we decide anything, Aiden, do you want to check to see?
Yeah, let's try to focus in on Orthonatrix again. And see if he's still there, if he's moved.
All right. I want you to roll a d6.
Mm.
5.
Yes, he is still there.
He's still at the cave.
Okay.
I say we book it because it went
Let's
so
just
well
get
for us
there.
last time.
Let's just get there as quick as possible. Yeah.
We will hoof it because for all we know, he's already dead.
I'd rather
Yeah.
not waste any more time. We've already wasted a week.
All right. So you're going to go fast pace.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Solo last time. We'll see it.
Everyone,
again.
roll a d6 for me, please. Again.
Alrighty.
Loving it.
Oh, hey.
We did it. We win.
Okay.
Ooh.
I got the 6. I win.
Okay. So as you're going along, you seem to find this. First of all, it's very, very cold. Even with all your gear, it's just blistering cold, and it just kind of hurts your face to look forward. You have to kind of turn it to the side so it's not blowing in your face. But with this horrible weather in mind, you see something odd in the distance. It seems to be you see these like domes ahead of you, all sticking out of the snow. And as you get closer, you realize they're igloos. And you've hit what looks like a small encampment. You don't see any movement around it, but these whoever made these look like good shelters you could possibly use. Or
I'm more concerned about who's out here like this.
yeah.
Igloos!
Hello?
Are we checking this out?
Yes.
Yes.
I got a 6, therefore we should do it.
All right.
I mean,
Yes.
it makes sense that they wanted to make something out here.
Yeah,
About
but
where is this
ooh,
located on the map, Crow?
It's which way did you take?
I think we're gonna go this way.
Yeah, it was like right here.
Okay.
is there a good like house icon? Sure.
There really isn't.
There we go. Eye glue.
I see.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
you are in the center of it, and it there's no life in here. It does not seem
There's
that you see like a small pit that could have been used as a fire pit, but the remnants of a flame are long burnt out.
how long does it seem like it's been since it's been used?
It's cover. Why don't you do a survival check?
Gladly.
Natural one.
8.
Yeah, it's covered in a lot of snow, and that's kind of the deciding factor here, where you can't really tell like how long this has
Hmm.
been abandoned.
Okay. He's gonna like check through the igloos, like look to see if anyone's there. Like,
Knock
hello?
knock.
You go through each of the igloos, and I want. Is it just you doing it, or what's everyone else going to be doing?
I mean, I'm doing it too. I'm doing
Yeah.
the knock knocks.
All right, and if whoever's doing this, you can make investigation checks.
Oh no, that requires being smart.
Investigation. Well, that's just a flat 20 for me. That's a. Alright.
Okay, let's see here.
11.
Nice.
Nice.
This is better than mine.
We're rolling well tonight.
Yeah.
10, 11,
Yo!
12. Where was your 9, geek? Where is your 9?
Hang on, I'll try again. No.
You go through each of the igloos, and you don't really find anything. It seems like they're pretty barren inside. Like, I mean, you could maybe hunker down here for the night if you didn't already have a magical hut you can go into. But
Huh.
This is so weird.
Made these. It wasn't. This is farther out than the 3 we found.
I'll give you with your nature check here too. Whoever made this, it really seems like they knew what they were doing. It's not something you would expect from the Hallowed Flames. Maybe the
No.
Expedition Society, but even that just seems a little weird out in the middle of nowhere like this.
That gives Sigurd an immediate thought.
We're like, is it abolition?
It could
Did
be
they send a
abolition, but I don't see
company?
why they'd be out here.
I mean, we do know why they would come out here.
Oh,
We know pretty well
Oh.
why they'd be out here.
I suppose that could be why. Still, I'm surprised they've. How permanent do these look? Do these igloos look?
How permanent they?
Yeah, like how like well made. Well, maybe not well made, but how like. Yeah, do they look like they were built to last?
Yes.
It's like an igloo's a pretty. Yeah, this is a pretty permanent structure.
And there's like
I
a
don't-
dozen of them too. So
Yeah. And it's a whole like it's a lot of them.
I mean,
It's
these
like
weren't
it's like a whole town was out here.
here before.
Were they? Did we ever go this way?
well, just
We went
I
this
should
way
point
twice.
out, just because you've been in a hex doesn't mean
Yeah.
you've seen everything in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think and besides I don't think we've even been in this hex before actually.
No, 'cause
Oh,
we went from
maybe.
Ice Trash led to Camp Daybreak.
But this isn't I mean, I don't think abolition would make something this permanent all the way out here. And with this many igloos, it's like it's definitely not the Hollowed Flames. It could be the Expedition Society, but again, there's the permanence. I doubt it was the Queensmen. I don't think they're, well, skilled enough to make something like this. Whoever could have done this, well, they'd have to know the land pretty well.
It only just makes me think it's abolition.
It's either abolition, the Expedition Society, or no, Nero goons don't even need shelter.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well-
maybe someone from working just with the Queen might know. I mean,
It
heard a lot of them are not the brightest, but
No, I don't think it's any of that. I mean, but the fire. But who could have made the fire pit? If it was.
fire type.
Yeah, most people have access to wood.
As much as I'd love to stick around here and try to figure out this mystery, we do have a location that we're trying to get to rather quickly.
Okay.
We just kind of keep this place in mind then.
Sigurd's gonna put on the true sight glasses, actually.
Yeah, so you activate another charge, and I
Yeah.
guess it recharged after you went to bed, so.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you look around this encampment, and it's just quiet as a ghost, and you don't see a ghost at all.
Are we being spied on?
No ghosts. Are we being spied on?
Roll a d6 for me.
Okay. 6.
Yes, you see a ball of light over Sabrina.
He turns to Sabrina and says, "Well, maybe you could ask Queen themselves if this is her underlings doing."
She just kind of gives him a weird look, and then she remembers he's wearing the glasses, and she says, "Can I see those a second?"
He'll hand them over.
Did the charge transfer now that Sabrina's wearing them?
It expires when you take it off, so it.
Oh gosh
Oh.
darn it.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
Well, regardless, she's listening in, or someone is.
Well, that's great. So do we just want to sit here for like 10 minutes until it goes away?
Up to you.
Well, I could just dispel it, but I need to be able to see it, which I can't.
Oh, but I thought glasses made you see better.
She just kind of frowns and says, "These aren't like real glasses, Sip. They're just for show."
Yes, because we need to pretend we have poor eyesight.
It's a fashion statement. You wouldn't understand.
Hmm.
Let's just keep going. It should expire by the time we get where we're going anyway.
All right then.
At least I can't think of any sort of scrying spells that would last that long.
Well, maybe we can stop back here again on our way back, see if there's anything different.
Yeah, I suppose we could do that. It's kind of out of the way, though.
Well, we've been taking detours so far.
You gonna leave this place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
S-
Before we do, Sabrina's gonna say, well, let's just keep heading toward the gate. And then we
Right.
will keep heading west.
okay. As you head west, you see the ball of light uh, just fizzle out after about 7 or 8 minutes, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, you begin hastily going to the cave in this cold weather. You marching and trudging through the snow is quite difficult, and eventually you reach the your quarry, but something is different about the area. You do not see the cave.
Hmm.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Huh.
There is no more spellbook, cave book.
Is it just like a wall?
No, it's just
Or like
you could have sworn it was here, but it's just flat white land.
Uh,
I'm
uh
assuming this ain't no illusion because we have the glasses.
I mean the glasses aren't active right now.
Yeah, it took more than an hour to get here.
Yeah.
We can
Although
see if the entrance can be revealed with the fireball.
I mean we could also just walk towards where the entrance usually is. Hmm. Or I think the glasses have multiple charges.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. Need to double check how they recharge. Okay. Uh yeah, you know what? He'll activate another use of the lens of true seeing, see if there's anything out of the ordinary, magical or not.
All right, you put on the silly looking glasses once again, and you charge them up. You look around. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Like
Hmm.
It could just be covered over with real snow.
It could be, but that would mean, I mean, it was a cave entrance. It would have had to been that'd be a lot of snow.
Or convenient little magic.
I suppose.
we sure
Does
we're in
this
the right
area
place?
look? Does this area look elevated more than it used to be?
now that you mention it, yes, it does.
Oh, there we go.
Is it time for the fireball expedition or excavation cycle?
We have shovels.
Yeah,
But
you don't need
fire is faster.
as much as I
Where
like blowing things up with fire. I think we don't necessarily need to be destructive here.
do we even know where the
It's snow. It'll come back.
It's about right here. He says, kind of just gesturing, probably at least where he thinks the entrance used to be.
Bree takes her shovel out of her bag and hands it to Sigurd.
Okay, yeah.
All right, and you're gonna begin shoveling.
Yeah.
I will shape water shovel because people don't want me to blow a hole in the wall and call it a day.
All right, do a athletics with advantage,
Okay.
since Sinbad is helping using this.
16.
Jeez.
16.
Cheese. Yeah, 16.
All right, so yeah, you begin digging, just following your hunch, And yeah, eventually the snow gets a lot denser and it's just harder to shovel, but you begin to uncover the entrance to the cave, but it is covered in a thick layer of ice.
What's the?
No, can I fireball it?
Oh my!
Well, I think we know where he's at if he's been living out here.
I
Why do
think
you
what
pull
we
himself
also
in
know
like
why he
this?
hasn't left in 3 days.
Why do you hold himself in like this?
I don't think he did.
I
You don't think he
so
did?
either. Remember when we found Tamisia here, she was frozen in a block of ice as well.
Uh-oh.
You know, maybe this place isn't a good shelter after all.
Huh.
Yeah, Aiden's gonna go ahead and pull the pick he's got out of his backpack.
Real quick, while when Sabrina mentions Tiamicia, Sigurd's gonna check because he's still got the true sight on. Is there a sensor above Sabrina?
No, there's not.
Okay, cool. Just curious.
Also, I hope you know that any chance we had of lying to the queen is shot now. Because before she didn't know we could know that she knew. But now she knows that we know.
From your backpack, Sabrina, you almost hear the faint whisper of, "Did I hear lies?"
Oh,
She kind of opens her bag and she's like, "Huh?" And she just kind of puts her paw on the hilt.
Did I hear lies?
Not from me.
what?
You mustn't heed that heathen's advice. You should not lie. Truth is the only way forward.
And no one else can hear this.
No one else
right?
can hear
Or-
this, by the way.
Okay.
Bree's just kind of looking at it. She's just kind of staring into her bag. She's got her paw in her bag. She's just kind of staring at it.
I'm
I'm honestly not sure how to respond to that.
What? Respond to
What?
what?
The sword's
The
just telling me that we can't lie and the truth is the only way. And honestly, I'd like to agree with it.
The sword?
Yes, the sword.
Yeah, it likes. Oh wait.
What
Oh,
sword?
Yeah, you know.
Oh,
Don't
right.
don't worry
Don't worry
about
about
it.
it.
Don't worry about it.
We never told him about the sword that we found, did
It's
we?
it's a sword that likes to say things when you touch it. So we kept it in the bag
Such as?
She just-
what she just said. Shut up. The truth is the only way.
We believe it belongs to the Hallowed Flames, actually.
Oh,
I belong to a wielder who can lead me into glory.
She repeats that to the others.
Nothing would
Oh.
please me more if someone were to grab my hilt and plunge into the deepest, darkest abyss and uproot evil at its core.
Sabrina,
Just kinda-
repeat that as well.
She starts to, but then she just kind of thinks about it. I don't know if it's evil, but do you think you could get rid of a whole bunch of ice?
Put me in the hands of a wielder.
Well, I don't know how good of a wielder I am, but... And she's gonna take it out of the bag and wield it.
Okay, so
Oh boy.
you are not proficient with martial weapons, right?
No.
All right. Well, so this thing is you're kind of like going backwards. Sigurd, you see her pull out this resplendent white blade that almost like glistens with this blue flame on it.
You just found that?
Yeah, it was stuck in a rock.
Out in the forest.
Huh? Oh, I.
Yeah,
Why?
Sid pulled it out. I was kind of surprised. Anyway, let's see how this goes. And she's gonna try to stab it into the ice.
You must attune to me first, whelp!
Oh.
But it doesn't seem you can wield me.
No, I can't.
You are too feeble!
Do you
Ability
need?
is charged. It called me feeble.
Oh, well, that's rude.
It's only rude if it's not true.
I.
I don't think that's true.
Hand me to that knight or that squire. They look like they can wield me. They can wield the holy flame.
She looks at Sigurd and then she looks at Aiden and she says, well, Sigurd, I know how you feel about using stuff to kill things, and this definitely wants to kill things. So, Aiden, how do you feel about it?
It kind of depends.
You can
mean-
become Little Green Flame Blade.
We're not killing things right now. We're just dealing with a bunch of ice.
I mean, if we're actually answering the question, no, I mean, well, there was the situation with the ferals. The weird ones.
Well, see, here's the thing. This thing wants evil gone. It wants evil dead. So if it perceives something as evil, it's going to want you to kill it, and it will not shut up about it.
Oh,
I just fireball the ice. It'll melt easy.
Exactly how loud are we talking about?
It's pretty loud. Very authoritative. Here, just, she just kind of holds it out for him to touch it.
I guess Aiden will try to.
Ah! Do you wish to wield me in the name of truth and justice, squire?
I kind of guess it's the only way to really wield a sword.
Then let us make legends.
Before I let go of you, though, I do have one question, Mr. Sword of Absolute Truth.
I am the Holy Avenger!
What do you think of arcane casters?
I have no opinion on them. I judge on how one acts.
Fair enough. And she lets go of it. Good luck, Aiden.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Now you must sit, meditate, while I bequeath you with my holy judgment.
Judgment.
Yes, so you may wield me in the name of truth.
I guess.
Okay, so this is code for attuning to it, so it'll take an hour.
Yeah.
it's gonna take an hour.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, just fireball the entrance.
Okay, yeah,
This is attunement still.
yeah.
He's gonna sit in this. He's gonna sit down and start attuning to it, and Sim's just gonna fireball the ice
Oh my
block.
May as well.
So what
That was
what this would entail is it just kind of going down these yes or no questions that it's very clear you got to answer yes to them. It's like, will you use me for a noble purpose? Will you smite evil where it stands?
I guess.
It doesn't even go for any trick no's. It just
Wait, so you have to fill out a 50 question questionnaire. This is a job application.
And if you got the stats for it,
I'm gonna need to probably get them copied. Like I think, Cole, you still have them?
I
Yes.
can.
Let me get them to you.
Yeah, just DM them
That
me.
works.
Yeah.
That
Alright.
works.
Okay, here you go. So I feel like Sid would probably actually do that fireball thing while he's doing this. Am I right?
Yeah,
Fireball.
I'm honestly expecting.
I've already removed this spell slot.
All right, so I assume you all move out of the way as
Yeah.
Sigurd just drags Aiden out of the way while he's sitting.
yeah, he's just kind of sitting there with the sword in front of him, nodding his head and rolling his eyes, probably. All right, and you send off this spark of lightning that just kind of just erupts into this explosion, and it weakens the ice. It's like halfway through, but it's not really concussive, and it doesn't melt away in one go, but it's definitely just it's pretty thin ice now. Like you could probably make it through with a pickaxe or something. Just kind of.
Well, we gotta wait an hour.
Yeah. So
I like to imagine it's like Aiden sitting there answering the questions and he's bored and he's like, "Oh, never mind, we don't need to do this," and he just kind of puts it away.
Hey, what are you doing? All right, but if you're actually going through the attunement, eventually you get to the last question, and it actually asks you. Now I wish to judge your temperament. What do you wish to use me for, Squire?
Yeah, he kind of pauses for a moment there. Since
Almost saying yes.
Well, we've kind of been out here trying to restore lost fire since there's been a curse, so mostly it's, I guess, you could call it a quest?
So your intentions are not a selfish one, then?
No.
Very well, I will allow you to use the holy blade of Ignatius. Go forth and carve your legend. And it just kind of glows, and you are attuned to it.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just still having trouble.
Have we gotten through the ice by now?
Yes,
with,
you're through the ice.
fireballs and picks?
Just all this hour passes, and it's like, oh yeah, this is...
The flame finally turns on. Guys,
Oh.
Guys, I'm ready to break through the ice. Oh.
But it's pretty dark in here.
Huh. I suppose. Well,
If only we had a sword that could give us a great deal of light.
you're right. And he
Can it do that?
produce flame and walks in.
I guess in that case, Hayden will just call on the Holy Avenger to actually erupt in flames so they can see in here for now.
All right, so you hold it aloft, and just like you're kind of like the Tron movie poster where you're just like kind of holding it up and it's just glowing this radiant light, just 60 feet, or I think it's even more than that, isn't it?
It's
40
40.
bright, 40 dim.
Okay.
oh yeah.
All right, I admit it's a slightly brighter than the flame of produced variety.
And you have light now. Will you continue inside?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, let's.
As you go down this, when you remember, it was more or less this linear hallway with it was like a fun house sort of with the kind of the ices on the flanking either side down these narrow hallways, but it seems to have changed in here. It seems to have been resculpted, and those mirrors have now turned into shelves, and on these shelves you see various strange trinkets kind of lining them. And when I say trinkets, it's just a bunch of like menial things like buttons and forks and things like that. It very much looks like, if you've seen The Little Mermaid, it's like Ariel's grotto, where she just had like a bunch of just useless stuff that she was fascinated by.
We did it. We definitely did it.
This is definitely his.
Yeah.
Given the stack he was carrying around and all the stuff he was asking for from people over in Calder.
So it's his lair.
He's
Yes.
Sigurd's gonna call out in Draconic. Yeah, just Returnatrix, are you here?
Roll a straight d20 for me.
Okay.
Natural one. Natural one.
That's pretty funny. 5.
Your voice echoes in the this cave, but no one answers.
Huh.
You did say you detected him here, right, Aiden?
Yeah, I did. He's still here. At least when I checked earlier.
Well, he didn't leave out
Let's-
that way, or maybe he did.
I
mean,
doubt
if there's any
it.
other way to even leave here, then
To be
There
There
fair,
wasn't before, but maybe there
he
is
never
now.
heard Sigurd's voice before. Maybe he thinks you're a telemarketer.
A what?
a what?
Is
Don't
that a
ask
thing in
something-
the sand continent?
No, it's just something he came up with thinking about things to do with the magic mouth spell. Don't pay attention to him.
The MDRA would definitely abuse such a system. They would never stop calling and asking you to apply.
What is calling? As in,
It's
like,
when you get the magic mouth computer to talk to the other magic mouth computer.
what is a computer?
It's a thing that does math and then turns
Oh.
that math into sounds.
But
Wait,
why?
Just a more complicated version of your previously mentioned sending.
It is. It's also vastly more expensive.
Then
But
why-
anyone can do it.
If you could do that, why would you use magic to do that instead of just? I could probably hook something up. Wait, no. No, I didn't say anything.
Create the world's most complicated abacus.
I'm ready. I'm ready to see what you come up with, Aiden.
I'm not setting up a magic mouth computer for you.
All right, well then set up a boring mouth computer.
Guys, we have better things to do than this.
Yes, that you're right. Let's. There was one passage inward and then like a small like hidden outcrop before, right?
Yeah.
Or is that the same? Oh, goodbye, ice.
I don't know why it disconnected me.
Interesting. But anyways, is that the same here?
Yes.
Is it still that same?
You can see that kind of hidden alcove that goes off to where you found the spell book.
Let's go check the hidden alcove first.
No qualms here. Let's do that.
All right. As you walk around you kind of slip into that secret alcove. That as you go farther in, you see the shelves were kind of at that entrance, and it goes back to the wacky funhouse mirrors. And you slip into that, and you walk down the meandering pathway, where you see a small green Pokemon passed out on a small pile of gold.
Should we shower him with
So-
money?
Green.
Is this him?
Yeah.
Well, what am I saying? Of course it is.
It's a-
I'm assuming he's not dressed for cold weather.
He is
He
not.
also Pansage.
Oh.
Yes, it's a pansage.
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
definitely him.
I'll,
Huh.
Returnatrix, Mr. Sir? You said that, he dreamed that I killed him, right?
Yes.
I
Yes.
probably shouldn't be the one to wake him up.
Probably not.
She's gonna kind of back behind Sigurd.
I mean, you say that, but he was pretty jovial about it.
He kind of looks at Sabrina, looks to the pansage sleeping on the small pile of gold. Just, you know what? It's been a long enough day. We've been through most of the day. Let's just let him sleep for now. Hopefully he'll wake up before we need to rest.
Should I bury him in the 2,000 decks of cards?
No.
No.
But he likes art.
You can give him the cards afterwards. Let's not wake him up with. How many pounds of cards did you say you have in your bag still?
I don't know how many pounds, but I know there's 2,000 decks. I'm surprised Queen didn't take any, to be honest.
Let's not wake him up with that.
About what time was it when we got here, Crow?
It was pretty late. You're kind of going into midnight pretty much now.
I think waking up to somebody is a lot better than waking up with somebody being next to you that wasn't there when you went to bed.
He has a point.
If
If you really want, though, we can go over to the entrance and try to plug it up with a tiny hut so that no one can get in.
Let's just wake him up right now. It'll save the issue of a conversation later. I suppose if he wakes up before us.
Alright, just bang your arms together or something.
Sigurd could do that, but he's not going to. Instead, he's going to just kind of slowly walk over and just lightly shake the fan sage.
He begins rousing. My word. Are
you all right?
Yeah. Just wait. I know you. You're that fellow that tried to protect me. Oh, am I having that
Well.
dream again?
Yes,
No,
and
you're not dreaming.
Oh,
Yeah, you're not dreaming, so, yeah, sorry about killing you, Mr. Rothanatrix, but it kind of worked out for the good, right?
Oh, you're the one from. Yeah, you're the one who did me in.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no offense taken. No offense taken at all. I was a monster.
She kind of gives a sigh of relief.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're not upset.
Oh, well, I am upset. I am upset indeed. That's why I'm out here. How did you find me?
we've been here before, and we got a nice souvenir.
Really, may I see it?
Aiden's
As-
wearing it.
It also happened to involve
Cryofang.
Yeah, I kind of
Love
skinned it. I kind of skinned it after it was dead, and we made a suit of armor out of its scales, and it can detect where you were.
mostly There was that, but also the fact that a Pokemon named Pandora sent us out here.
Oh, Pandora! Where is she? You said you didn't know who she was last time.
Well, we ended up meeting her, and
She's back in Calder at the moment.
Oh,
She's, uh, well, made our house into a den of sorts.
yes, she is quite the capricious scamp, isn't she?
That's certainly a way of putting it.
But I suppose, well, the thing is, I would go back there, but you see, I've been living in exile.
Exile?
I don't want that same horrible fate to happen to me again, and I made so many wonderful acquaintances in that small little hamlet, and I wish not to put them in danger again in case something like that would happen again.
Are you talking about being Cryofang or the elementals?
Well, I don't know what a cryofang is, but it was when I was that horrible creature that you slayed me as. You fell from the sky like an angel from heaven and had delivered the coup de grace.
Oh.
Sabrina, I can't help but feel like Sabrina will blush a little bit.
Yeah, well,
There's just like a raised eyebrow from the rest of the party. It's like, huh?
well, the monster that you were is called Cryofang.
That's what one of the others referred to you as, or well, it as.
My word, there's more of these things.
apparently Pandora was also one of those monsters at one point, and
Apparently all the great worms are.
Oh wait, you're aware of this of the
We've
Yes.
spoken with Pandora.
Yes, we all know that you have a silver tongue.
Brief face palms.
Uh,
Did
Hey,
you-
You should've
Pandora
saved-
would appreciate it.
I was about to say you should have saved that one for her.
she certainly should not have told anyone of our. She's disguised, correct?
yes.
But somebody knew. Somebody who wants her dead. And we intervened. That's why we know.
Do you
he didn't exactly have a choice.
you've met Pandora? Have you met anyone named Alderion, Eslith, Thor?
I think
we think we know what Thor's been up to, and Alderion, I think that we met and have a very hard time getting to, and we have yet to come across the third,
Mhm.
or hear about him, I should say.
We have not seen or encountered Eslith, nor have we Thor. Alderion, I think we've seen before, but they're unfortunately in a place that's difficult to get to at the moment.
Well, if all of the great worms have met with the fate that I and Pandora have met, then we must free them immediately.
Yeah, that's why we came to get you, because the person who wants you dead is rather close to this location.
Someone is hunting me.
Yes, he's hunting all of the great worms. The great worms after we've liberated them. because you're a threat to him, and he knows it.
And who might that be?
His name is Nero.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about him, would you? Pandora says that the name is familiar to her, but she can't seem to remember anything about him.
I have a very similar experience. I remember we headed towards Havergal to destroy the Ring of Winter. Only we could destroy such a powerful and evil artifact that was being forged by the queen herself.
The sword freaks out at the word evil.
Yeah, it's yes, a new quarry.
Oh,
But he says, but next thing I knew, I was having that dream, or no, nightmare more like, where I was that terrible monster living for the thrill of the hunt. Something was happening in Havergal, an uprising.
and right. That was
Well,
mentioned.
we have a theory as to how that happened, although we don't know what happened to Krya or
Yes,
the queen, as she called herself.
Krya. It was Krya. She exited her plane and tried to usurp the nation of ice.
Do you have any idea why she would have done such a thing?
No, that's what we were sent to investigate.
Well, at any rate, we think that she became the Ring of Winter, and now Nero has it. And she's telling him to kill you all because she knows that you can destroy the Ring of Winter.
Well, that certainly would make sense, but I've been made aware a lot of time has passed since we undertook this mission, my brethren and I.
That
And
has.
it's very curious as to what happened in that time gap. By the way,
Do you remember any of?
did you see my Dinglehopper collection over there? It's quite
No.
fascinating.
Dinglehopper?
Oh, what did you call it, Sinbad boy?
Forks.
Ah, fork. Yes.
You gave him a fork.
Yeah, they came in
No.
all shapes and sizes. You see, it's quite fast. Some of them even have look at the. Here's my favorite one. He reaches in his gold, and there's this one that has like has kind of like a diamond shape on the end. Like, what's the purpose of having the diamond shape? This one is round, while this one has a diamond.
If I had to guess, probably just filthy lucre,
Ah, indeed.
just to show off, saying, "Look, I'm so rich that I can put a diamond on my fork."
I'm sorry for the non sequitur. That's just very, very curious.
It's fine.
I also have another fork. Take a look at this. I don't understand this at all. And he pulls out a spoon. Where are the points on this one? How are you supposed to prod the food?
Oh, that's
That's
a
for liquids.
spoon.
Yeah.
I thought a cup was for liquid. So how is this for liquid?
That's for if you don't want to just drink straight out of the cup or the bowl.
Or if you put things inside of the drink that you want to eat as well.
Ingenious.
Like soups.
Ingenious. Yeah, sorry, I was just really curious about that, and you were the first ones to come along, and I'm sorry, but yes, we have a mission on to undertake, and unfortunately, being corrupted, possessed, whatever it was, for so long, I've lost a majority of my power. If I was at my full strength, I would have sensed you coming for miles, but you seem to have snuck up on me.
Yes,
Yeah. We know
well,
of the right, but that's why we're trying to get the great worms together and hopefully in one place, so that way we can work together to reclaim your strength as a group and then vanquish
mhm.
Nero and Krya and finish what you set off to do in the first place.
Do you have any leads to presumably save the other three?
We know where one of them probably is, but we can't really get to him.
They're
Or
Not
we
safely, anyway.
well,
we
Darion's
suspect-
location is difficult.
we'll have to deal with him last, no matter what. But we know that Thor has been sending out raiding parties to increase his horde. At least
Do we?
We think
We
that.
think that at least.
I don't know anyone else who would want to go on raiding parties with an electric affinity.
I would be no help. That does not sound like the Thor I know.
Fair enough. He would probably have a different name by now, just like Cryofang was different from you.
I would gather they're, well, at the very least, a lot more violent in nature. By the looks, or from what I've spoken with them briefly. I'm not sure. At the very least, they're far more violent, possibly far more prideful. Pardon me for asking, I suppose, but if you're willing to do so, do you remember the sort of difference in temperament from your, well, nightmare?
Of mine? Or...
Yes. Yeah, of your own.
It was like being a spectator, really. It wasn't... It was like I didn't have a body. I was just a presence around this beast. Well, it wanted to hunt, but when it was outnumbered, it fled.
I mean, it seems like it shared that they share an interest that each one of the great worms had, but
Oh, I certainly
versus
don't
the way
like
it does
hunting.
things. No, but you do like people, cultures, how people choose to live.
Yes, I loved Calder. I'd love to go back, but it's because I love it so much, I feel I must live in exile in case that horrible curse takes me once again.
The only horrible curse to Calder is me.
Zip.
At any rate, it seems that
Whatever-
Cryofang had the interest of people, but in a malicious manner, and it seems like Eldarion was honorable, and his counterpart
Prideful.
is prideful and
Oh, the gold great worm was the wisest among us. He led the party. He knew everything about the ice continent.
Of course.
yeah. So, what was Thor like?
He was fascinated by battle, especially fighting to defeat evil. Very strong moral. Yes! Yes, we must find Thor. Make him an ally, squire.
I... Well, I think we already know what the sword thinks.
Yeah, I figured as soon as he said it.
I'm like, it is.
If that's the case, then Thor's counterpart is probably battle hungry.
Maybe, or he could just be lax. I mean, again, if he's sending out raiding parties and instead of going out himself, he doesn't seem battle hungry. Unless we get close, I'm sure then he'll love it.
Unless the raiding parties aren't from him.
But who on earth would they be from then? Unless you're thinking I'm doing it.
No.
No.
Ree rolls her eyes.
If it is from them, then perhaps they are cowardly, or, as you mentioned, would rather someone else do all the work for them.
Maybe
Or at
love
least this
battle,
version
hate
of them.
work.
Regardless, that doesn't exactly narrow down a location.
Well, if we can find another raiding party, we would be able to at least see where they go. We could follow them.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
I would probably do best to be left here. I mean, you were only able to find
Right.
me because you had been here before, correct?
Well, yes, but Nero's going to be looking for you. And if it's if you're as weak as Pandora was, then you really should not be out here by yourself.
Well, where do you suggest I go? I mean,
Well, wouldn't you like to see Pandora again?
perhaps, yes, I could go to her.
Because she's staying at our personal cabin in Calder. You could take all of your treasures and the two of you could have your own little treasure pile. Line up all of your little, what'd you call them?
A dingle hopper.
Dingo hoppers, yes. Maybe we could get maybe I could, well, not me, maybe we could have some shelves installed for you to do that.
It's, well, I could, put them back in the bag, and I mean, I decorated this place, and us great worms do like to, well, have our separate abodes. But I suppose beggars can't be choosers, and I would love to go back to Calder and perhaps talk to Sir Jameson once again. He's a good boy.
He's a sweetheart, isn't he?
Yes, he's a very, very, very noble young lad.
Yeah, he's a good kid. I hope he's doing all right.
Imagine Hayden just maybe looks to Sinbad because they both already know. Just how poor Jameson had it put up with. Or was it Sinbad or was it Sigurd?
It was Sinbad, yes.
But you wish for me to leave this place?
Yes.
There
And,
is strength
At the
in numbers. Nero would not be so willing to make an assault into a civilized territory where there are multiple great worms rather than here where it's just you.
Mm-hmm.
And
especially when there is at least one group there who knows of him and that he is not supposed to be there. I'm sure the Expedition Society would try to keep him out.
well, I'm not defenseless, but I am quite weakened from my great worm state. But
Oh,
yeah.
and the enemies that are attacking us typically resist cold damage, so
well, I
Yeah.
have some other tricks at my scales than just cold damage.
Oh, interesting. You'll have to tell us about those on the way back.
Well, I can just tell you right now. I could. Let me just pull up his stat block.
I can pull up a stat block.
Yeah. I could. I. Yes, I could channel winter itself and freeze things in their tracks. But I also have a breath that could paralyze any pursuers.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty nasty effect.
Yes, and speaking of which, since I am telling you all my tricks, do you actually plan to do the dragon rite? I heard you bring that up.
Yes.
That is the plan.
You do know
We
it's
int-
dangerous.
Yes.
Mm,
We're
yes,
hoping to get
told us.
much. We're hoping to get much stronger before we attempt it.
The point of it is the 5 great worms were supposed to be custodians of the world, therefore we must be above them, so therefore you represent the world, and you must take us on, and we become stronger than you. Only as much as
the
needed.
idea.
So I really hope you bring all to it, because if you're not battle ready enough, we could just stay in this form for another millennia.
I'll
Well,
keep that in mind while I'm planning for it.
yeah,
But-
we'll keep some tricks up our sleeve, but for now we've got to make sure that we find everyone.
Yes.
And we have, well, to be
Mhm.
fair, we have to dispatch 3 nightmares.
And who knows what else along the way.
Mhm.
Okay, well,
And I wouldn't worry too much about the curse returning. The only thing I could think of that could possibly do such a thing is, well, Nero themselves. And as we mentioned, we came out to find you because we're worried that, well, he could get to you.
what I wish to find Alderion, because his memory is impeccable. He might remember what had happened.
Alderion was affiliated with fire.
Yes, Alderion
He
the Gold
is-
Great Worm.
Honestly, now might be the best time to try to get him back.
I don't think
You think so?
Well,
Well, abolition is currently preoccupied, aren't they?
I was about to say,
If their forces are pulled away, yes. But we don't know that.
They're not pulled away yet.
Well, if they already know about the plan that Held Flames and Expedition Society are working on, and that's launching soon.
Bree immediately just kind of covers her face and shakes her head, and she says,
If only I hadn't screwed up so badly, we could have gotten an audience with Apollo and we could have gotten a sting operation going.
I don't think he would have wanted to do a sting operation on these guys.
He wouldn't have had to be involved. He just would have had to have gotten together with the Hallowed Flames and prepared to at least look like they were going to launch the attack on the wall. Then,
Oh, I
while
thought you-
abolition was preparing to try to sabotage things, we could sneak into their base and get Aldurion back.
Well, either way, if Abolition is still going to attempt to interfere, then
The
Hmm.
igloos definitely suggest it.
assuming the igloos were
Still
Abolition.
don't think the igloos were abolition. Oh, actually, did you? Oh, well, did you ever head any eastward, Arthurnatrix?
I did not go farther. I wished to get out of the town because
Right.
my guess was Pandora was probably on the west side because her resistance to the cold isn't as
Potent.
potent as mine. Why do you ask?
We found an abandoned site of igloos.
Oh,
And
those were by the worshippers.
the worshippers.
Yes. Actually, now that you mention it, you look like them.
You mean the Jotun?
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
They've been there all this time.
Well, I saw the architecture. Fascinating. It's quite amazing how they built little dwellings out of the snow. I know you creatures are feeble when it comes to the snow, but they seem to have adapted. I didn't see any of them, but I saw that small little encampment. But the architecture is impeccable. It is definitely them.
Well, I
course
suppose
it
that
is.
mystery's solved.
Although they are not in friendly territory and they might not even realize it.
But
No, they're long gone.
looking at
At least
that, it hasn't been used in, well, decades, centuries.
and yet it was still there. I suppose so. I suppose we do build to last. Regardless, yeah, we should. If you'd be willing to come back to Calder with us, we can, well, attempt to do so tomorrow, even.
Well, it is quite late. Maybe we should hunker down here for the night, and perhaps you can regale me with some of your wonderful stories before we go to sleep. Would much like to hear them.
Right,
Perhaps.
oblige.
Especially how you seemed very, well, you, pointing to Sinbad and Aiden, seemed very, trepidatious with sharing anything with me. I mean, I thought my disguise was pretty good.
Well, there's a story for our suspicion too.
Well,
What?
Considering the queen and every. Yeah.
Yes, when you have people casting magic spells to follow you and spy on you, you don't share information very often or very in much depth.
ah, yes, I've heard about that ne'er-do-well who dwells in the ruins to the south of here.
Yeah, she likes to play with us at our expense. And then she gives us like stuff afterwards and says we made a great deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust her.
Sorry about that. Yes.
We don't trust her either.
Yeah.
The serpent will hypnotize you with such things as these gifts while it coils around your neck.
No, it definitely coils around your neck and then gives you the gift.
Either or.
She doesn't exactly give you a choice.
Regardless. I think, we should settle down for the night, and I suppose we can help you pack?
Yes, in the morning.
Yeah.
I sealed the place, but it seems you have broken through it.
We can
Oh, I
we
can
can
probably
reseal it.
I can plug that up.
Was it? How big was the hole that we made?
It was about 10 feet.
Oh,
Oh,
hey.
I can plug that up easily enough.
Okay, well, I can probably help. It's just a breath away.
Oh, okay. Well, that would certainly save me the risk of casting Tiny Hut again.
Okay. But you do notice it's really freaking cold in here.
Mhm.
It's probably colder than it is outside.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Again, it's cold in here.
Yes, it seems, this, new layer was, it adapts to, you see, it adapts to me rather than the other way around.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I do like it like this. I find it very comfortable. But
Right. Well,
you don't.
I guess I can just put us in a tiny hut. Keep
Yes.
us warm while you can have your nice, comfortable cold.
Yes.
All right, that's what we'll do.
And
Alright.
she's going to do the tiny hut.
All right, you're casting it through the meteor.
Yep.
All right. All right. 10 minutes go by. You maybe tell him something about your journey, and you get a night. He goes over and he seals it too. So it gets really dark again, but the sword is kind of, you don't really notice a change.
Actually, before everyone goes to bed, probably like kind of like towards the end of everyone telling stories and stuff, if that takes up any amount of time, he just kind of goes over to Rothernatrix and he kind of just probably kneels down and he he looks a little bit what's the word? Not dejected, but like apologetic as he mutters to them in Draconic, I'm sorry for trying to save that thing that you were before.
I recall that you tried to protect such a creature. I'm very curious. Why did you try to do that?
Well, I I believe that anything can be redeemed. Anything can. I mean, it was obvious you were corrupted, but that it was corrupted in some manner, but I imagined it could be cured somehow. I never imagined that the cure would be just, well, death.
Well, you need not apologize. I can understand. I don't wish to take anything's life either.
Hmm.
But I find it, if you go back to the most primal form of life, life needs to be taken sometimes. Doesn't always have to be, but I believe you have to be prepared to do it when the time comes. And that isn't a simple, it's not binary. It's judgment you have to make. Do you understand?
He nods. Yeah, I understand.
Never,
Thank you.
never in my great long lifespan did I imagine the world uniting with each other. It seemed like a dream of mine to just meet. I wanted to meet and talk to all these kingdoms and now they're all together as one. I wish I could meet them on better circumstances, but part of me thinks the world has maybe outgrown the need for the great worms.
Well, maybe after all this is said and done, and the curse residing over this land is eliminated, maybe you can do that.
Yes, it's perhaps the future is uncertain for us. Draxel surely does not exist anymore. And
No.
it just makes me think, so what's our role now? The world has changed while we were gone.
Well, you were protectors back then, were you not? Custodians, however you put it.
Yes, we make sure the balance is maintained in the world. Our role was to be the pinnacle of life in the world. Stand tall above the rest. That's the purpose of the Dragon Rite. To make sure we do. But outside of the horrible curses ailing the ice continent, it seems the world is in perfect balance.
Well, I wouldn't say perfect, but... Well, perhaps there is still work to be done after this. I'm not sure, and... Well, I suppose that'll have to be a judgment call from you all.
Yes, indeed. But you should probably get some sleep.
Right. And thank you.
Yes, it's my pleasure.
Thank you again. And yeah, he'd probably head back into the hut again.
Yeah.
A bit relieved.
You see Erythronitrix just kind of go down onto his gold and just kind of lay down spread eagle. Splayed out on the top of it.
I see. It's...
You are in the hut. Is there anything you wish to consult with each other before you head off to La La Land?
I don't think so.
No, unless evil gremlins are coming out of Sinbad. I think we're good.
What?
Does Sib look like he's getting more paranoid?
Roll a deception check.
I'm like, probably not.
Okay.
Okay. If you're going to go to sleep, you do so. Maybe taking watches in the night, despite your the security you have in here. But eventually the night passes, and you wake up with all the benefits of a long rest.
Nice.
One fireball returns.
So
Bye.
I should point out, when you take down the hut, it's going to be the maximum cold in here because this is his lair.
I see.
So it's going to be 60.
Oh.
And if you're helping him unpack, you're going to be in it. Or pack up, should I say.
I don't think any of us can literally do that.
I don't think we can.
What, the DC is going to be 60?
No, I mean it's going to be minus 60 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
In other
okay.
words, DC of
40.
40.
40. Oh.
All
It's not even
right.
listed on there.
Well, I
Jeez.
just need a natural 20.
I could definitely succeed that, but...
Uh,
yeah.
okay, so
I just need to get 10.
we can just go outside and Bree can cast. Well, Unseen Servant can't go that far. About how deep is the cave?
It goes down. So
She has a range of 60 feet on the Unseen Servant. Would that be enough to assist in any
Oh
way?
no, because he's kind of deep in there.
All right.
Like it was like halfway, so it's a little bit of a trek to go through the cave.
Dang it.
Bree is going to apologize and say that she can't help. It's too cold.
Yes. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that at the moment.
Sigurd is going to help at the cost of getting a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Aiden's gonna see if he can help. I'll still roll regardless. But
Oh, right. Are we using... We're using 1 D&D exhaustion, right?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
minus 1.
Okay.
Does
It's
Mecha
actually just 5th edition now.
Shut your...
Does
Yes.
does Mechagross get exhaustion?
Immune.
Yeah. Okay, then it's fine.
just in Mechagross?
I'm like, do that trick again.
25.
There we
Oh
go. I did it.
wow!
I win. I
Wait a
win.
minute.
Wow.
Okay, hold up. How the heck do I have plus 35? I'm looking through all this.
Are you cheating?
No, I don't believe so. Plus 5 from armor.
Because
Oh,
if
wait,
you're
no, that
cheating, the
lesson-
sword's gonna let you have it.
You have the blessing and the armor, and then a couple other
Armor,
things.
blessing. So that's 10.
Stone.
15 from
Oh.
weather. 15
Oh,
from
I have
clothing.
another +5. That's right. I haven't been adding the blessing.
Whoops.
I was
5,
wondering why my
20,
save felt so
25.
small.
30 from soulstone, then 35 because 5 plus from the saving throw.
Yeah, I should have like plus
Jeez, okay.
31. So
I'm fine.
nice.
Okay.
We will leave the one with the noodle arms while we go and do working out with the Rathanatrix.
Okay, so you're helping him. He has a sack, and it appears to be the same kind of magic item you guys have, except it's a sack of holding.
Oh my gosh.
And he's kind of going down, and he's like, he doesn't want you to just sweep him inside. He wants you to be careful with him and not break him, because there are some like glasses there that he doesn't that he wants to put the fragile on it. Do not drop.
Right.
But doing the Sigurd, it begins to, you get a bit of frostbite on you, and you feel the burn, or the cool, should I say. Sinbad, you feel very similar, and so do you, Aiden, but you manage to tough it out for the packing up.
Yes, what kind of...
Okay, should we head west?
Actually, we're taking another route back,
Oh,
but you're going to need to keep it a secret, okay?
well, yes. I thought I was good at keeping secrets, but here you found me.
Well, this
To
one, as long as
be
you don't tell anyone, should be fine,
fair-
but we did kind of know, so...
Yes, true.
Yeah. We found out because, well, of Pandora.
Yes. You have to. I do apologize if she has put you through any strife. As I said, she is the youngest of us, and well, she's She has a bit of a mischievous streak to her.
It's endearing in a way.
At the very least, her pranks aren't malicious.
Oh, no, heavens
Yes.
no. Shouldn't be.
Well, except for maybe the filter of love.
Right, that one.
What is that?
Oh wait, Sabrina's not even here. Never mind.
Yeah.
The filter of love is well, it's just a love potion.
She tried to
I
call
think
it.
that could have some long-lasting problems.
She tried to call it a healing potion.
Are you saying this creature lied to you?
Oh my gosh.
It's not lying. It's the difference between lying and a prank.
What if you were to ingest that vile liquid in the middle of a heated battle?
Sword light, you love to hear it.
Are you okay, Aiden?
Sorry, right, the sword. We didn't explain this to you either. It's a long story.
Oh, okay. That is quite an exquisite-looking sword you have there.
The sword talks, from what I've heard.
Oh,
From what they've said.
Actually, before we go anywhere, you're a silver. Your scales are made out of silver or metal, or is that kind of more like just what they look like?
it's not literal, my boy.
Okay, good, because otherwise we would have been in trouble with this method.
Oh,
Oh, right. She mentioned.
Yeah, if you have metal inside your body, it doesn't go so well.
Oh,
Oddly specific.
well, you four, appears we're done packing up. Would you four be kind and lead me back to Calder?
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The four creatures emerge from the hole in the ground. Sabrina.
Okay.
Um,
And she's just kind of sitting there waiting, and she looks at Aiden and says,
Oh, Aiden, I was thinking while we were, while you were in there doing that, do you really think it's a good idea to just be walking around with that thing just on your side like that? Because if the Hallowed Flames see you with it, you know what's going to happen, right?
No. I'm not worried about that one right now. I'm worried about the other ones seeing it.
Well, yes, that was
Abolition?
the other one.
Well, I don't think it would end well if either of them did. If this is
I mean, I could just keep it in the
an
scabbard.
artifact of theirs.
"Is the scabbard suitably low class?"
Probably not.
It does look kind of exquisite. It has some gold on it, but the blade is more identifiable by the actual blade of it. Is kind of like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I guess if you keep it in the scabbard, it'll be fine.
I can cast a bunch of illusion magic over it if we wanted to.
If necessary, but hopefully not.
Do not let him do that!
Yeah,
If
the
you
hilt
were to
is-
disguise me in the deception of illusion, that is hiding the truth. And we do not stand for that.
Yeah, the sword isn't gonna do that.
It's okay. He doesn't like bags of holding either.
I've never met adventurers who consult with their swords.
Well,
Um,
this one
Most do not.
special.
To be fair, it's really loud.
Oh, really? I haven't
Possibly.
heard a thing.
In
You've just
my
been
head.
talking to it, and it doesn't seem to reciprocate.
Telepathic.
Perhaps you should try and place a hand on it. I think they said that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works.
He goes over and he touches it. Oh. Oh my. Yes. Hmm. Oh, is that right? You stand for the truth, huh? That's something I can abide by. Yes, yes. Well, he seems like a nice fellow, quite boisterous and loud, but his heart is in the right place, or a blade, or a hilt,
What
whatever
would the
he's
heart?
made of.
Is there a gemstone in the center of the hilt?
No, not really.
Oh, I was gonna say that's the heart.
Like, there's a gem fixed. Yeah.
That being you let me just consult with, you may trust him. His heart is filled with the truth of the flame. The flame guides his every step.
The Holy Avenger seems to like Orthonatrix.
You know, the irony here is that Orthonatrix is currently an illusion.
Uh-oh.
No one needs to know. Sinbad is the only person the sword seems to not like, which seems to be a running theme here. Let's see this. Talk to this faction. Oh, this guy, I hate him.
I mean, I don't think they like Sabrina after Sabrina stuffed it in a bag.
And also, Sabrina just isn't strong enough to wield them, so, you know, indifferent at best.
Anyways, let's get
All right,
going.
boys, let's get going.
All right. So what direction are you taking? Or
We're
Oh,
heading-
right.
We're going back to the outpost.
let's see how the weather is outside first.
Right.
And before it's just as bad.
I rolled
That'd
a
be funny.
40,
Yes,
technically 45.
17.
So there's a very
Wow.
stark contrast as you go from like inside of a freezer to just kind of a cooler.
Huh.
I think you all just kind of passed that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do believe that you took all of the cold from the outside and put it into one place.
Maybe that's how it works.
That's how that works.
But do you have rations to consume?
Right.
Yeah, I already marked
Yeah.
them off.
And
Tree check?
Tree
instead of rolling a d6, why don't you do a survival instead?
Oh, okay.
Will the tree survive your check?
Or will you survive?
Plus, I believe that's a +4 for Sabrina at this point. Yeah.
Eat the wad.
13.
Okay, this is on the cusp of it. So I will have you roll a d6. 4, 5,
Okay.
6. You do. 1, 2, 3. You don't.
No, okay.
No
Apple
trees.
time.
Well,
You maybe find some trees, but due to like
They're
Rithernix,
the icky kind of trees that Sabrina doesn't like the way they taste, so she'll just go with an apple.
they're just frozen and dead.
Yeah.
They're not dry enough. They're all soggy.
Okay, now how fast do you want to go?
should
think
we
we
just go at
can
a
go-
normal pace?
I think at this point we can go normal.
Yeah,
Okay.
go normal.
We're
Alright.
going normal now.
Roll some d8s then.
Oh boy.
8.
Yo! Oh, that was 6. Never mind.
Right.
3, 4, 5.
You do make it to the edge of the forest. Rithernix is just kind of like strolling through the snow, just humming. It's not as cold as has been the last few days, but it's the cold is still there and it's still uncomfortable as the winter weather usually is. But he clearly doesn't mind it, and he's just kind of humming along and walking with you until night falls, where you are going to just rest again.
Can we do our nightly search for a meteor?
Sure.
Okay.
Sigurd's like writing in his journal when everyone's like, "Hey, help!"
I have a busy thing to do here.
Oh,
What?
that's funny.
Oh,
Nat
oh,
30.
holy.
That's still only 2 successes, but yeah.
Bruh.
Ah,
Okay. Well,
Yeah, you're just kind of like, yeah, okay, I helped.
Survival or
18.
Arcana, you said.
That's 1 success. Or wait, you're on outer cities? Or outer...
What's the-
13.
18. Okay, so you just got it, Simbad. So that's 1 success for you, 2 for Sabrina, so that's a total of 3. And that will entail, we'll go from highest to lowest. Roll someone roll 2d6.
All right, I'll do that. 5.
You get 5 fragments worth 100 gold each. Now someone roll 3d6. Ooh.
10.
10 chips worth 10 gold each.
Plus 5 plus 10. Nice.
I don't have chips on my sheet, but I do have fragments. You want to trade?
Do you guys want me to just hold all of them because I've got the whole thing labeled?
No, Bree wants to hold them all.
Fine. Hold them all.
Okay, so how many fragments are you giving me then? Or, yeah, chips and fragments.
I mean, you're getting 10 chips,
Okay, so she's got 29 chips.
and you're getting 5 fragments.
Okay. Are you going to
Wait,
give
you
me your
said-
fragments too?
No, they're mine.
Okay, fair enough.
What, you said chips? Oh, I didn't realize we had meteor flavored chips now. How those taste?
Yeah, probably like the pizza ones.
Oh, you.
Okay.
Or if we find one in a tree, Bree will try it for us.
they taste like pure magic. They taste like force damage.
Alright.
Okay, Crow, we're ready.
Now with your you managed to uncover some of the aether meteors, whatever you want to call it, and you settle down for the night. Are you inviting Rothernatrix inside the bubble this time?
Yes, in fact, we're going to insist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Just first.
Don't worry.
As-
It was only because I spent such a long time in that location. I shouldn't make it unsuitable for you overnight.
Okay, good. It's also just not a good idea for you to be outside in general. We don't want any of those cultists coming around and, stabbing you through the heart or something.
Yes, indeed.
All right, put up the hut.
Okay.
There is a slight worry as to what the state of our house will be the next time we leave and come back.
Gosh.
But we're gonna ignore that for now.
No, it's fine. It's heated by slugging.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Night passes once again, and in the morning you find yourself on the cusp of the forest. I believe this is Sigurd's actually first time here, or no, because he went through it before.
It's his second.
Or wait.
And it
Right.
is substantially colder than it was yesterday.
Okay.
Right.
Ah,
What's
yes.
the DC on that?
Let me see. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. It will be 25.
Okay,
I
Bree
don't need to
passes.
roll then.
Be all good.
All right.
Okay.
There's only 7 days left on your blessing.
Okay.
We were out total of what, 3 days so far since the soulstone use?
Yeah.
Yeah, time to eat more
Right.
rations.
Wait, no. Or was it 4? No, it's 3.
2.
Bree can just eat the trees now, right?
Yeah, if you're on
Okay.
the edge of a forest, then yeah. there's
Okay.
trees here.
All right, another ration.
The glowing trees don't like it when you pluck their twigs, Bree.
They don't really have much of a choice.
They disintegrated when I broke them off to try to give you a snack.
You gotta do it just right.
There's a
I like to imagine she says this, that she just eats an entire branch.
Right
She
off
just-
the thing.
She just pulls down the branch and noms on it.
As long as we're not running into the weird flowers.
Weird flowers?
Didn't we ever talk about
The mind control flowers.
I think they did mention something about that.
I stepped into a lake.
He's just gonna glance at the forest ahead of him, just like, what is wrong with this place?
and
Do you
I'm
want me
throwing
to
up
throw
immediately.
on the water walk as a precaution? So you can't fall through to the bottom of the water.
I think we can just keep an eye out.
now,
We went through here before.
so it will be safe once you get in here. But how fast do you want to go? Because there is still this is still dangerous around here.
We could go normal pace, right?
Yeah,
One,
normal
two.
pace is fine.
All right, then roll a d8 as you go through that one square.
Date.
Date. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Are we gonna find the shield?
What? What shield?
To the sword? No, I'm kidding.
Gotta get your Hylian shield, man.
You would
My
need, like,
favorite Pokemon
4.
game. No, I can't.
Oh.
That's a lie.
All right, let's see. You find. So you go through the forest. You're in this quadrant that you've been in it a few times, but like I said before, just because you've been in a quadrant doesn't mean you know the whole area. It's quite large. You find a small cabin.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Does
I
this
don't like
cabin look
those.
familiar?
Wait a minute.
It does look familiar.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
Does it feel like lightning?
Okay, I say we approach, and does it resemble the house we saw? Oh man.
Yes, it does resemble the house. It's quite uncanny.
We
So-
have to do this.
Perhaps we should take
This-
shelter in it for the night.
It's
I-
not that it's potentially connected to the other plane.
It's connected
is-
to Nero.
To Nero.
We won't have another shot. We have to destroy this cloning facility too.
No, we need to study it! I told you if we're finding another one, I'm studying it.
Well, maybe
We
we,
don't
should
even
figure out
need-
if it's even.
You don't
connected.
even know if it's connected to that in the first place.
Well, we have to check either way.
I think Sigurd's gonna try and bring Returnatrix up to speed as the rest go and investigate.
Okay.
Aiden's already pulling that circlet out of his bag.
All right. So I think that's a good place to leave on if that's where you're going to investigate.
All right.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
All right. Well, I didn't expect you to find some more goodies, but the table says you find that.
Oh, this is gonna
Oh,
be good.
baby.
I'm gonna find this here.
But sorry for the session being shorter. I was a little busy today, but I think we got a good amount of session in, and there's some exciting things in the future. So stay tuned for next Wednesday as we explore a very familiar looking cabin in the woods.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
For being a shorter session, I'd say this one was rather detail packed.
Yeah.
Very
Eventful.
But we will see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat place. Bye, everyone.